Hey guys, my name is Vanessa and welcome to my channel. In today's video, I am going to be reviewing the Cybex Sirona S 360 car seat, as well as giving you guys a quick demo on how to install it in my Toyota Grand Highlander. Now, before we get started, let me give you a little background on myself because I just love hearing this about other people. So I am a mom of two. I have a 13-month-old and a 30-month-old, so 2.5-year-old, and I live in BC, Canada. Okay, let's jump into it. So I drive a Toyota Grand Highlander. All right, so let's get started with the install. I'm going to place it on the side of the vehicle. Let me grab the car seat. All right, so let's put this in here. This does weigh a decent amount, and I feel like it's kind of awkward to carry. But all car seats are kind of awkward, so it's not that big of a deal. So I'm going to put it here, and right away I'm going to place it on its side. The first thing I'm going to do is have it on its side so that I can take the load leg out and push it over here so it's not in the way, and I can have this down on the seat. And now I can sit it upright like this over here. So at the front of the car seat, there's a gray lever here. You need to pull this to be able to move the seat forward and back. So you're going to want to move it all the way in the upright position like this. So all the way upwards like this so that you can access the panel over here. So once you've moved the car seat, you can just kind of like pull this up, just a plastic piece. And over here now is where we're going to open it up. So first we're going to move this out of the way. It's just kind of like a cover that sits on top. We'll use it after. And then you can push this orange button to be able to open it. So this is where the seatbelt needs to get fed through, and you're going to tuck it under these two plastic pieces here. All right, so I'm going to get my seatbelt, give myself a little slack to work with here, and now feed it through. Get that out of the way. Feed it through and then buckle it in. And now let's get rid of all the slack that's in here. So I'm going to make sure that it is underneath those two blue plastic knobs sticking out there. All right, so now that my seatbelt is not twisted, I've loosened the slack that I can. I'm going to push down on this first gray one that has the orange piece. And now this other one, you'll see there's like these little knobs to it. It becomes like your handle to be able to push this down. I find this actually makes it very easy to install compared to other car seats. So I do like this way of doing it. So anyway, it's on top of those little knobs on here of this gray, the gray piece with the orange on it, and I'm going to push down. And I heard it lock in, and then this just gets stored on top of it. So this is just to be able to push down on that to be able to fasten the seatbelt properly. So I do like how that was done, because this is pretty tight over here and I barely had to use my body weight to push down on that. So once that's done, I'm just going to install this gray cover on top, and that's done. Lock the seatbelt. Let's get the recline back here, and now I'm going to adjust the load leg. So the load leg has two aspects that you're looking for. The first one is up here. You need to make sure that's pushed out enough or else it will stay red. So you need to be green, pushed out all the way. And then this here, you need to adjust it to touch the bottom of your vehicle. So on the front of it, there's this gray button. I'm going to push that to lower it down. Next, I'm waiting for this to be all the way green, like this here, and so that's how I know it is installed correctly, and it is green up here. Now to adjust the recline on it, once again you have that gray lever at the front. Whatever side is the side of your door, you need to release this. So you're going to push it to open it like this, and so that just stays like that. You don't ever do anything else with it, but you need this on the side of your vehicle door. So let me show you how this car seat actually works. So to get it to spin, you need to push this gray lever at the front, put the seat in the most upright position, and then you can spin it. So I definitely don't love how it has to be fully upright to get your child in and out. Once it is facing this way, you can tell just by looking at it, it's very upright. So a few details of the actual car seat. These pads here are removable with little clips. I actually like how small these are. They're not too thick, which is nice. You have the sensor safe at the front here, so that would connect to an app on your phone. But this is pretty easy to open and close. I don't have any issues with that. I like that about it. And then the two buckles to go in here. I feel like, honestly, the straps are good. I have no issues. To tighten the straps of the seatbelt, you have to pull on this here. I definitely love how there is a hole for your finger here. I find it makes it so much easier to pull on this and tighten as needed. Whereas the Maxi Cozy Andy did not have anywhere for you to put your finger, and I just found it harder to grab. So I definitely like this. I feel like it gives me the grip that I need. To loosen it, there's the button at the front, and then you could pull the straps towards you here. The clip would go like this on top of the padding so that the clip is not directly on your child, so that's nice, makes it a little more comfortable. But yeah, strap wise, I feel like this car seat is great. I have no issues with it. It's been, yeah, easy to release, easy to do up. That's been good. To adjust this headrest, there's this gray lever up here that lets you move it quite a bit. Lots of different positions to it, which is nice. I like the cup holder. You decide which side you put it on. It fits this bottle nice and easy. It's removable, so you are able to wash it. And there's a little indicator on each side of the car seat for where you can put it down. So it just clips into the side. Like that there. I like having it on the opposite side of the door just so it's a little less in the way. On each side of the car seat, you will find these little indicators here, and that's to put the clips so that you can put your kid in and have it out of the way. Okay, so a couple things to note about this car seat. When you've swiveled it and it's over here, it doesn't stop. All the other car seats I have, it kind of like stops like where you'd want it to be able to put your kid in. This one keeps going. So sometimes, you know, once you actually put your toddler in there, it kind of moves over and it's not, I don't know, it's a little detailed, but I feel like they could have done that better. Not the end of the world, but just something to note. Once again, you have to have it all the way in the upright position to be able to rotate it, so I find that annoying. The actual rotating mechanism of it is pretty fine. I don't have an issue doing this one-handed. I do love how I can do it one-handed, so I can be holding my toddler in my other hand. And you're able to have it forward facing that easy. You just swivel it over, and then in this case you'd have to change the side impact over here. The load leg is not a good match for this vehicle or for this mat of the vehicle. As this vehicle is like basically brand new, I really want to keep these mats on because it goes across like the entire back seats over here through the middle and everything. So I don't want to have to replace this and have it not as covered. I often saw this turning red because it was not flat enough and it wasn't getting a proper contact. So I don't love that about it. I'm going to say this is more an issue with the shape of the seats. I think that's what's coming down to. But I don't find that this is solid enough in there because why is it loosening that much? Now, some of you may be wondering why I have a mat underneath my seat. This is a mat by Kleck called, I think, Mat Thingy. Funny name. I tried installing this car seat with and without the mat. Some of you might be thinking that the mat is making it move. I swear it's not. It actually moves less with the mat on. It was moving even more without it. So the load leg, that's only for impact. It's not going to affect it over here. So when this is rotating, like, do you see how much that's moving? It's pretty tight, but it gets looser and looser. So a different angle to show you how much this car seat moves. So unfortunately, this is a no-go for my Toyota Grand Highlander. So specifically to the Toyota Grand Highlander, I have this like as close as I can without hitting it. So it clears the rotating. I have it all the way reclined. And I'm going to show you how much leg room I have. And this is still acceptable to me. It's better than the Baby Jogger City Turn. I would say it is pretty tight. I am able to fit. So every time you put your child in the car, every time you move it, it moves up and down, right? You need then to place this ball back where it needs to go according to their weight. So my child is rear facing. He is definitely between 20 and 50 pounds. And so it has to be in this bubble here. So he cannot be all the way reclined. We'll say that works. And so I know some people were worried about that because if you're parking on a hill, if you're parking different, it's hard to remember exactly where to have it because it's obviously going to change every time you take your child in and out of the vehicle. There is no tether on this car seat. There's not that much of the base up here compared to a couple others. I feel like they go higher to protect your seat. To give you a quick tour of my car seat area setup here, I have a mirror to be able to see my child. I have this cheap Amazon cover for my car seats, and I actually have it folded in half because I do not want it over here. It's making it even more slippery. And then I have the Kleck mat thingy underneath the car seat. So I feel like I have to jump on here quick and just give you a couple thoughts overall of the car seat. I do love the car seat, and I really was hoping it'd be the one because it is nice. It's a nice material. The rotating is not my favorite, but I mean, I'm fine with it. I just don't, I'd prefer not to have to put them all the way upright to be able to rotate, but it was fine. Like, I just wanted one that would be safe and actually work. The load leg, definitely annoying. I was hoping everything else would be worth it, that I could look past it, and I didn't really know the reason why I was avoiding load legs to begin with until I actually tried it, and I realized, you know what, they are very inconvenient. Yes, I understand why they're there for the crash, but having it there, you can't put your bags down. And so my kid has a backpack going to daycare every day. I need somewhere to put his bags. I cannot believe how loose the car seat is in this vehicle. Or I promise I'm trying to be smart about installing it. I've actually brought every single car seat that I've tried to baby me and Kelowna to ask for their help and see, am I not doing this right? Like, what is wrong? What is wrong with me? And they were saying, you know what? No, like, you're installing it correctly. It's just something's not adding up. And I think after everything I've tried, after trying the Even Flow, after trying the Maxi Cozy one and the baby jogger, I think I've realized that those car seats were not fitting in this car properly because of the shape of my seats. So you might not realize it, but you know, your shapes, it might be more curved for it to be comfier for you to sit on, or more flat, and car seats would want a flat surface to be able to put the base down, and that's really going to impact it. The wider it is, if it's like curved, then it's going to be wiggling on it and not have a proper contact. So I think that's the reason. So I am going to be returning this car seat. Unfortunately, I wanted to love it, but it's not working in this vehicle. All right, let's take this car seat out. Going to move the load leg all the way up. I'm going to adjust the recline all the way up so I can access this underneath. Remove this plastic cover, get that out of the way. And now always undo the seatbelt before you try and mess with this, because it will be so hard to open this up. Remove the slack, open the seatbelt, unlock the seatbelt, open this up, and then this orange button here and this lever, orange lever, you can pull that open. See how easy that was once I undid the seatbelt? So easy to do. And now just take the seatbelt out of there. Move that back down. And we'll get the plastic cover to put back on top of here. It just kind of fastens down like this. There we go. To put this back, you need to push on here, and then it goes back into its spot like that. I'm going to turn the car seat on its side so that I can access the base and store the load leg underneath it. And now I can take this out of my vehicle. All right, so this is me putting my 30-month-old into the car seat. Okay, so let's put you in. So you are sitting very upright, aren't you?
Yeah.
Let's get your shirt back down.
Mama, drive.
Mama's going to drive?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're going to do up all the buckles.
Mama, drive.
Mama's going to drive?
Yeah.
So here he is in the car seat to give you a little perspective on my 30-month-old. What do you weigh? 33 pounds or something? And to turn it, it is pretty easy to do. All right, so yeah, it is pretty easy to put him in. I don't have any issues with that. The recline is where we need it based on this here. To push the car seat up, I definitely need two hands. With the weight of him in here, it's too hard to do it one-handed. So I kind of have one hand like behind the seat and then the other one at the front here to help it, and then I can rotate it and move it forward over here. Can loosen it. Get these out of the way.
I tried to measure.
Whoops. And he's out. Well, I hope this video was useful to you in figuring out if this car seat is the one for you or not. As I mentioned, I am on the hunt for a car seat for this new vehicle, and so I already have a few videos on my channels of other reviews, such as the Even Flow Revolve, the Maxi Cozy Andy, and even the Baby Jogger City Turn. If you're curious on what I think of those other car seats and how I installed it, how it actually fits in my Toyota Grand Highlander. So since this car seat is not the one, I do have another video coming out, as I had to try another car seat after this. So I think I finally found the one. We'll see. All right, I'll leave it at that, and I will see you guys in my next video.